Hello all, this is Anupama Zavargi here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to cover the 3 steps of law of attraction as explained by Abraham in the book Ask and It Is Given, and also in all their other books and their workshops. So I've already done a video introducing the basic part of this book Ask and It Is Given. I'm giving a link up there, so I would really like you to check that video first so you get an understanding of what Abraham is all about and what their basic definition of law of attraction is. So these are the today I'm going to list the 3 steps that they tell that we need to take in order to activate the law of attraction to get the things that we want in our life. So the first step is you ask. So, the first step is something that we do. So, here in the sense, asking can be in the form of, actually making those goal lists that we have seen earlier, or consciously dreaming about something, consciously, wanting something in your life. But they say that it is also, just by your awareness, you can ask for things. So we live in such an environment where we have so much of contrast around us. Life is constantly happening around us. And when we observe what is going on around us, automatically preferences start developing in us, right? We want this, we don't want this, we want more of this, we want less of this. So it is not like we really need to make lists all the time or, consciously think about something. Just by our observation, just by becoming aware of the things in our lives, which we constantly are when we are focusing on something, when we are reading something, when we are watching something, when we are talking to somebody. So these preferences are automatically developed in us, you can say. And all these thoughts that we have, that I want more of this, less of this, I prefer this, all these preferences also lead to you changing, they affect your vibration. So you're not just asking with your words or your goal list and stuff like that, not just consciously asking, but you're also unconsciously asking with the help of your vibration. So ask, even if you don't do it consciously, it automatically is taking place. Okay, that's the first step. And that is the reason we should always appreciate the contrasting situations that we have around us, because that they put a desire in our hearts that, okay, I don't want this, I want this. So even the contrast that we see, the things that we don't like, have a purpose in our lives, because they tune us to what we actually want more of in our lives. So the first step is our responsibility, consciously or unconsciously. The step 2 is the answer is given by the universe. As I've mentioned in the previous video, the universe says, anything that you want to do, be and have, you can have. So as long as you think about it or you dream about it, the universe always says it answers your request. So it doesn't matter who you are, what you're doing, what stage of life you are in. Whenever that desire is produced in you, the universe immediately answers it with a yes. So you don't have to worry about the step 2. But what happens is, most of the times, the step 3 is the most important thing, is the answer that we need to receive that answer. The answer is there, but we need to tune ourselves vibrationally to get that answer into our lives. So most of the times we are not there up to speed with that vibration of what we want. So we think that 1 and 2 steps are not there. So we are not sure of whether 1 and 2 steps have actually taken place or not. Because until we see something manifested in our lives, we don't know whether it's vibrationally come or not, right? It's just a vibration. How do we know? We are used to seeing, feeling, touching things to see that whether it's real or not. So if somebody tells you that vibrationally it is done, it doesn't make sense to you, right? You won't believe that. So step 3 is where we get stuck all the time, So because we are not vibrationally aligned with what we want. What happens is, every subject is 2 subjects. So what you want and what you don't want. So let me give you an example which will make it more clear. So it's like, I want to be well is what your wish is. But you could say the same thing as, I don't want to be sick. Or I want to have financial security, or I don't want to see shortage of money in my life. Subject is same, the wish is same, but you are focusing on 2 different things. One is you're focusing on what you want, and the other one is focusing on lack. So every subject is literally two subjects like that. And what happens is, the contrast is producing a ask in you that I want this. But you are mostly focused on the contrast itself and not on the ask that you want to see in your life. So let's say you have they give an example of car. Let's say you are looking for a new car. Okay, so you feel excited, you want to buy this model. You do visualization, you have a goal picture, and all that stuff you're using all that law of attraction techniques. But you're doing this in the morning or before bedtime and stuff like that. But during the day, you are still focused on the car that you have right now. So you're saying, oh, this car is giving such a low mileage, petrol has become so expensive, it has got dents, half the time it is in the garage, and such an inconvenience for me, I cannot go to the office on time. So whole day your focus is on the lack of not having a good car, right? So you only for a few minutes a day you are focused on what you want. Most of the times your focus, your vibration is on what you don't want. Same exactly is with health issues. If you have something is hurting or you are undergoing some treatment and all that. So everybody wants to get well. That is absolutely clear. Like nobody wants to remain sick. But instead of, how you are going to feel when you get better, you are mostly focused on the condition that has produced in you the desire to get well. So you are constantly focusing, what is hurting, how bad it is hurting. You keep telling and sharing it with others, that it's hurting so bad, how it started, and what kind of treatment you're giving. So all your attention is on the sickness, not on the wellness. Then you also go into, we all tend to go into worst case scenarios. We hardly ever get into best case scenarios. It's always like, oh, what if this doesn't get well? What if, this never gets back to its original form and stuff like that. So you're constantly, even though you're just doing those practices for some time, most of your attention is on the lack of it and on the things that you don't want. And law of attraction doesn't distinguish between what you want and don't want. Whatever your dominant vibration is going to be coming back to you. So last time we saw the definition that the universe, it's like a universal manager, law of attraction. So it just lines up thoughts that align with one another. So if you're constantly focused on lack, you are going to get more and more thoughts of lack in your mind. So that's why, you're constantly stuck in that 3. And even though it's hard to believe that everything is vibrationally ready when you cannot see it. But you cannot see it because you are always in the lack of it. You are always observing the lack of it, not enough time in what will happen when you get it. So if you're constantly focused on how this happens a lot, if you're just focused on the why and what and why you want it, so then you are excited, right? You are thinking about how your life is going to change once your dream is fulfilled and all that. So that is a small part. As soon as you go into start thinking about the how, all these doubts start coming and you remain stuck in that, not having that. So what are the kind of things that you have? If you are they say if you are worried, if you're doubtful, fearful, angry, jealous, impatient, or discouraged. So if you have any of these thoughts around the things that you want, that means they are not going to come easily into your life because you are focused on this. Let's say if you're jealous of somebody else getting what you want, that means that you think that there was only one of it and that somebody else has got it, that you are not getting it, right? If you believe that you are also going to get it, so if somebody else get it, you should be happy, right? Oh, they have got it, now I'll also get it. So these kind of small subtle things, when you're angry that why is it not come, what am I doing wrong, you are angry at yourself, you feel unworthy, that why everybody else seems to get it, something wrong with me, something wrong with my fate, something wrong with my stars, whatever it is, you keep thinking that why it has not showed up. So as long as you keep thinking this, it is not going to show up. So it's like a catch-22 kind of situation, so it is there vibrationally, but as long as you are in this vibration, you cannot see it. Because you cannot see it, you have these thoughts that it is not there. So as long as you're focused on what is, it's not going to show up. As when you're focused on what difference your life is, how your life is going to be, or you are feeling happy about where you are now. In terms of what you, maybe your focus is on something else, that is also fine, as long as you're feeling good now. Last video I mentioned that when you're feeling good now, that means you're allowing that source energy, the creator of all the things, to flow through you. As soon as you focus on lack of it, you're putting some kind of resistance in between with all these thoughts that I just mentioned. So it's going to take more and more time for the thing that you want to manifest in your life. So the resistance is you are the resistance here. So, you need to have some kind of a childlike enthusiasm. So I remembered, when I was in US, I had seen an ad for Disney World. So they had shown a small, 4 to 5-year-old boy. So the parents tell the boy that we are going to Disney World. So, every day after hearing that, he used to get up early, pack his bags, all his bags were ready. And he used to constantly talk to his elder brother, maybe 2-3 years older than him, that how much fun it's going to be in Disney World, how he's going to meet Mickey Mouse and what he's going to say to him. So the moment the parents told that they are going, he was actually there, in his mind he was there. He was visualizing everything. He was having so much fun even before he had stepped into Disney World. So a lot of us, even when we were kids, we always had this kind of enthusiasm, about school picnics, going on some vacation. Even before we were there, we were so sure we were going there, and we had all these planning going on in our minds, we are going to do this, that. So we are constantly in that vibration of actually having it in your hands. But as we grow older, listening to others, other people tell us, oh, you haven't done this before. How come it's not possible this time? We don't consider ourselves worthy of having fulfilled that dream. So all these things creep up in our minds, and that prevents us from actually manifesting it. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, that you feel that way. So, Abrahamics, what they say is, even if you just ask for it, that too unknowingly, but you don't focus on it at all, you are still going to get it. So it's not like you have to do all these techniques all the time. As long as you are positive about it and you're doing it willingly, happily, those techniques, they are going to help. But the moment you do it as a chore, or your vibration is negative, you are pretending to just be happy, that is not going to work. So your attention need not be on that all the time. Your attention needs to be on the things that make you happy. So as long as you're happy, source energy is flowing, whatever you want is already there. That universe has already given that to you. You just need to bring it into your life physically. So this is the thing, it's very easy to understand, but when you start implementing that's where the problem comes in. So you need to just find ways to be happy all the time. Just think about the why and the what you want, not the how. How is always takes you makes you vibrationally match with the lack of it, when you start thinking of how. So the trick is just trust the process. And why do we need to do this? The first thing is, law of attraction is always working in our life. So even if we do it, now we are trying to understand it and use it consciously in our lives. So most of the times, if we look around, whatever we see that has manifested in our lives shows what vibration we had about that thing, right? Positive or negative. If something negative is manifested, that means we were thinking negative about, we had a negative vibration with related to that topic. So why are we trying to understand this law of attraction? Is that before it manifests, if you can figure out that, oh, I am going in the wrong direction, I am going towards the lack of it, I am going towards the negative part of it, then you can, do a U-turn and actually self-correct yourself. Because if you wait till it actually manifests, then it becomes too difficult, right? Even before it manifests, if you know you're going in the wrong direction, if you're on a journey from A to B, so by the time you reach B, and then you realize that you are not actually in B, but you are at C. So all that effort and everything, time is waste. But if you realize when you leave from A that you are not going towards B, but you're going towards C, then you can course correct. So the earlier you find out, the better it is, the faster it is. So that's the whole purpose of trying to understand how this law of attraction works. And a lot of times, I'm sure I say that, I'm sure you must have said that sometime, I knew this was going to happen. So how do you know? It's like we keep thinking, we were thinking, having negative thoughts about that outcome, that this is going to turn out like that. So maybe because of our thoughts itself, that has turned out like that. So yeah, as long as you're saying it about positive things, fine. But you always say that, no, I knew this is not going to work, or I knew this is not going to turn out the way I wanted to. So these are some of the signs that you're offering that wrong vibration. So before it manifests, if we know, we save a lot of time and effort. So that's the whole purpose of trying to understand this law of attraction. So 3 steps: be assured that anything anybody asks is answered. So that is another thing. They say, last time also in the video I mentioned, the first video for Ask and It is Given, that it doesn't matter who it is, as soon as you ask for something, it is given. So you don't have to prove your worth for asking for something that you want. You are, each and every point of consciousness that we are worthy of having what we want. So if they say, if you think about it, if you dream about it, if that is in your awareness and you want it, you are given that. So ask and it is given. There's nothing like you don't need to prove anything. So 3 steps, easy steps. Ask is your job, consciously, unconsciously. But universe's job is step 2. You don't need to do anything. And step 3 is the most important thing, and that is becoming a vibrational match with what you want. So we're going to do a lot more processes on how to become this vibrational match, and also how to recognize your emotional set point. Where are you vibrating, towards the lack of it or towards what you want? So we are going to do this in future videos. So if you like this video, please press the like button, share it with somebody who could benefit from it, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on anything, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.